What's up, my fellow gardeners? It's Adam here with GYV. It's been a little while. Wanted to give you guys an update of what I've been up to in the garden area, give you a tour. There's been a lot that's been growing on here, and there's been a lot of things that we've harvested, and I went ahead and got some braces on. So it's a little hard to talk. So I've had a lot going on, and I want to show you what's happening. And my O Girls Garden Goodies girls, my daughters, they have been selling out every weekend of all the things that we've been growing in the garden. So that's been pretty cool. And I want to give you a tour to go ahead and kick off some more videos on my channel to keep everybody informed of what I'm up to and what's growing on here behind me. So let's check it out. Here is my cucumber trellis. Doing pretty good. We've now harvested, oh man, at least 100 plus cucumbers, full size, ready to eat cucumbers. There's been a bunch that's probably been affected by bugs here and there, so we're at least 100, and it's still producing. It's not doing as strong as it was, but it's still kind of chugging along, doing its thing, which is pretty cool. And here it is. So everything's been pretty great. Very little sprays used to keep the fungus and the insect pressure down. Very little, and everything I use is all organic, ORME rated. I think since I've started this garden, I think I might have sprayed like 3 times in like 3 months. So it's been pretty awesome. My snap peas are right here. They're doing really great. They kind of got ahead of me, and you know, you get braces, it's pretty tough to eat a snap pea. So I gotta get these things harvested, get these peas out, and it's to the point where probably the shell is unedible. It's probably too tough and fibrous, especially for somebody with braces. And the tomato plants, so this is kind of like my tomato alley here, are doing pretty awesome. I have 2 that aren't doing so well. They have some leaf curl and some discoloration. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm not sure if it's watering issues or nutrient issues, but all the other ones are doing fine. It might be just a fluke thing that something happened to those 2. I'll show you. These are my evil olive tomato plants here. They're just starting. Just starting those. These I planted last, so they're a little bit behind. This is like just as tall as I am, and I am 6'3", and this is a Brad's atomic tomato plant. I always enjoy growing this type of tomato. It's not a huge producer, but there's a great story behind it, you know. And here's my other tomato plants. There's different varieties. If you check out my other videos about these tomatoes, and we have a lot of them either are seeds that I've saved or purchased from Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Collection or Harris Seed Company. Like right here, here's another tomato plant. It's a grape tomato. It's almost 6 foot tall, and they are called, I think they're called Candy. Grape tomato. You can kind of see the vines here. doing really well. Here's another one, 2 candies side by side. And we have some red snapper tomato plants, Mingus, a polish tomato plant. So here's really the one tomato plant that's not doing so good for me. And it's the Ann Russian. But I have a couple of these Ann Russians in the garden. Actually, I think I have 3 or 4 of these. And really only have these 2 that are side by side aren't doing so well. Even the whale spinach plant's not doing so hot. So I'm thinking maybe this row, I didn't amend the soils very well in this particular spot, because that's an Ann Russian right there, and it looks great. Happy plant there. Those 2 behind me aren't so happy, but they're producing. Here's a little tiny zinnia flower stuck in there, and here is a Brandywine tomato plant. You can kind of see I'm starting to get some spot on the leaves, but these things are looking pretty good. Even the bottoms look great. So overall, my tomato plants are doing great. I had some failures earlier on when yanked them out and planted some flowers in their spots, just so I can keep the fungus under control, keep the spacing good for some good airflow. So this is my money squash plant row of zucchini. It's kind of still chugging along, just like all the other zucchini plants. It gets to the point where the powdery mildew just kind of starts to set in. It's getting closer to its end of its life, but it's still producing. Yeah, there's a nice one right there. But you can see how the leaves are starting to get worn, wind and fungus and stuff. Yeah, you can kind of start to see it starting. So they're not really cranking them out like they were. So I would probably say another week or 2, and I'll probably go ahead and yank this row, re-amend it, and let it chill for a couple weeks before I think about replanting or what I'm going to rotate into this row. Right here, these 2 rows, you can see in the back I still have a couple soybean plants in place. Those are for my seeds I'm going to save. And then in front of it I planted sunflowers. Most of them made it. I can see a couple that some disease might have got it because it was a seedling. But I plan on having my daughter sell giant sunflowers, you know, a big sunflower head with like a 3-4 foot stalk on it, over at their O Girls Garden Goodie stand. That should go over really well. And I got 2 different types of sunflowers, and I got them both from Harris Seed Company. Not endorsed by anybody, just me out here in the backyard of Florida. Bell peppers, they're doing pretty well. And ooh, little ladybug right there on that leaf. I don't know if you can see it, but we have some bell peppers forming on the plant. So they look pretty good. Maybe a little bigger, I wish they were. Maybe a little, oh, over here this one looks really great. My whale spinach plant's doing well. So these are yellow bell peppers. I'm not exactly sure if they're Baker Creek or what variety they are right now off the top of my head, but they seem to be doing well for first season of garden, a new ground. Pretty impressed. More whale spinach there. And here we have my broccoli and cauliflower plants. And normally I don't have very good luck with broccoli, but you can see starting to flower, or not flower, but they're starting to bud up their heads here. And they look really good. I'm really excited about that. You know, they're not a fast crop. They take up a lot of room. You know, they're not a high value thing that you can sell very well because they take up so much space in a mini garden size like this. Really something I want to grow for my family, not really to sell to anybody with the old girls garden goodies. You can see that 3 plants took up a 6 foot by 30-inch space in the garden, when you can easily planted probably like 10 pepper plants in its place, or soybeans, or like 40 or 50 beets in the spot. So a lot of nutrition in those, just not a lot of calories. Oh man, I got an army worm right there. Rascal. Where did that thing go? Ah, there it is. We're gonna feed those to the neighbor. Off you are in the grass. Man, that was a find. I'm glad you were here to see that. Little bugger. Got any more in here? Oh, I see some leaf being eaten up here. Alright, so let's move on. I'll hunt for some more bugs later. Cauliflower, they're not showing their heads yet. This is the last of our beets over here. We had 2 different types. We had the Wonder Tops and the Chicago Reds. It's a little hot for them. Beets are great. You can get a lot of them in a small space. They grow relatively pretty fast, and they're great. Over here is my little tree project. I have Royal Poinsettia trees I'm growing from seed. So any of you out there that lives close to Sebastian and like a Royal Poinsettia tree, let me know. I'll hook you up with one. All grown from seed off of neighbors' trees. And I have, they're not doing so hot here. These are star fruit grown from seed. All right, well, this is the garden. I want to say thank you for watching the video here and really appreciate it. All right, well, thank you everybody for watching my update video. It's been a little while since my last video, but I want to say thank you. Hope you enjoyed the tour. I haven't been spending a whole lot of time in the garden, which is great, because in between the weed cloth and having the everything raised up in rows, and it's been really little maintenance to deal with automated irrigation system. So I've been really fortunate on this garden. It's the best one I've had so far to date. And as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow my channel. It would be awesome. I really appreciate it. And if something you have a question on, don't hesitate to leave a comment, and I'll do my best to return it as quickly as I can to help you out, especially you know, if you're growing in Florida and need to know what I'm growing so you have success in your garden, I would definitely share with you what I'm doing to help you be successful in yours as well. So thank you everybody, and happy gardening.